Listen closely. This is not just a whisper, it's a rescue call. I'm pulling you back from the edge of a hidden cliff. Keep ignoring the signs, and regret will greet you with open arms, followed by tears that didn't need to fall. Work with me now, while the air is still clear and time still stretches before you. This warning isn't here to frighten, it's a lifeline. I see what you cannot. A storm in the shadows, a health crisis quietly tightening its grip. This moment is your invitation to rewrite what lies ahead. What feels like routine pain is not harmless. It is the echo of deeper trouble. I speak now to reroute you, not to accuse or shame, but to awaken and protect. You've brushed aside signs, fatigue, unrest, aches that begged for your attention. These were not small. They were mercy's early signals. Imagine two roads. One veers toward collapse, the other leads to clarity. I see every hidden trap. You don't. I speak not to control, but because silence would betray love. The body I formed for good work is cracking under careless habits and quiet defiance. You've treated weariness as an inconvenience, but it was a messenger, not a nuisance. Neglect is subtle. Rebellion feels bold. Yet both, in time, will leave you hollow. This is your moment to turn. Don't wait for collapse to teach what wisdom could reveal today. Delay invites consequences you cannot afford. Correction is not cruelty, it is care in motion. Do you really want me silent while damage multiplies? Would you prefer I watch, unmoved, while your future collapses in slow motion? No, I speak now, because I will not abandon you to decay. Not now, not ever. Habits, relationships, and routines, some of them are draining you, and you already know which ones. They may feel familiar, even comforting, but they are not friends. Chains, no matter how old, still cut deep. Let go. Release is not loss, it's freedom. Open hands receive. Clenched fists suffocate. You say, I'm too weak. I say, that's where my power begins. I've stilled storms, split seas. Transforming your lifestyle is not harder than that. But you must say yes. I am closer than your next breath. Your heartbeat is proof of my presence. And as you read this, something is already shifting inside you. The chains are loosening. The fog is lifting. Step away from sorrow's house. Its cold altars were never meant for you. I offer hope, wholeness, breath, but you must take the path that climbs. If pain is the only doorway that will wake you, I'll allow it. Because letting you wander off into ruin would wound me more than it would ever hurt you. Accept wisdom now, and you won't need the harsh lesson later. Let me interrupt your comfort to preserve your calling. This is not punishment. This is rescue. This is love that won't stay silent. Choose the narrow road. It isn't easy, but it is stable. It brings peace, not through lack of effort, but through purpose in every step. And my faithful presence beside you. Come back to me with your whole heart. Remember how it felt when you sought me with fire and tenderness. That beginning can still become your becoming. But you must turn now. This is not fear-mongering. It's a plea, an open hand extended before the wreckage comes. From my vantage point, I see what you cannot, a shadowed affliction approaching silently. I say this now, so you may choose differently, so that what might be can remain what never was. Hear these words before routine discomfort evolves into relentless torment. This is a mercy notice, a chance to reroute destiny before it hardens into consequence. Yes, I mean it. Your current habits edge toward that hidden collapse. I know your every thread, how your day-to-day phrase the body I formed for vibrant purpose. I speak bluntly because time is dangerous now. Picture a crossroads. One way narrows toward crisis, the other opens to light and steady rhythm. I see the terrain ahead, its traps, its turns. I don't speak to shake you with fear, but to clear the mist clinging to your thoughts. The force that compels me to speak would break any silence to reach you. Wakefulness begins the moment you admit you're numb. Clarity unfolds the instant you say, enough. It aches to imagine you stumbling into ruin when rescue is whispering. You matter. You have always mattered. I've watched over you since your first inhaled breath. Subtle signals have brushed your thoughts. Invisible guards have stood beside your steps. And yet, danger prowls still. Again, I whisper, because you count. Unseen hands have shielded you. But I long for your eyes to open and walk with wonder. I embedded warnings in your conscience, but you shelved them, thinking time was limitless. It is not. Drifting without aim is soon to cost more than you realize. I am doing everything within reach to shield you from a heartbreak that can still be dodged. Every delay sharpens risk. Treat this message like a flare in the fog. The bridge is out ahead, and you must turn. The body you've been entrusted with is bowing under neglect and rebellion. Both erode. Both devalue what was made for glory. Dismissing fatigue, dismissing restlessness and nightly unrest, they were not random. They were gentle alerts pleading for change. This may sting to hear, but the road you're on leads to heavier pain. I don't speak to shame you. I speak to spare you. Notice the soft warnings before the earth beneath you shakes. Obey them, and sidestep anguish that never needed to be yours. I am your guide. And yes, earlier nudges were ignored. So now, a louder call must rise. I take no pleasure in your suffering. My desire is preservation, not punishment. Correction is a form of love. Without it, you drift away from the version of yourself you were meant to be. Correction can feel sharp, but it's sandpaper, not a sword, smoothing edges before deep fractures form. Would you rather I stay silent while damage spreads? That is not love. Silence is not mercy, it's betrayal. Love sometimes raises its voice. So I speak. Some practices must stop now. Waiting increases cost. Begin again today. Lighten the load pressing against your mind and body. Picture a shepherd's hand, firm, halting, right before the flock tumbles into a shadowed ravine. It feels sudden, but it saves. I am your protector. Delay denies this grace. Act swiftly and truly live. Habits, attitudes, connections. Some of them siphon your strength. You already sense which ones. I've nudged you gently, often. Others hide behind busy schedules and rehearsed excuses. But I see all. I know the energy drains you right off as normal. Excuses feel warm, for a while. But they evaporate, leaving you parched on scorched sand. I am not scolding. I am offering a doorway. Take it. Avoid collapse. Reach for my hand before the storm crests. Say yes, and help arrives. I know weariness. I know the ache of disappointment. Still, I remain, closer than breath, sustaining every heartbeat, ready to fill your lungs with courage at the first whisper for help. Let nearness replace doubt. Even now, a shift has begun in you. Chains once welded are loosening. You do not have to enter tragedy. The house of sorrow is not your inheritance. Its stone altars never bore my name. Step into the light. Let hope resurrect. If pain is the only road that turns you back, I will permit it, for I would rather break you gently than lose you completely. I do not harm without purpose, and I do not correct without a plan for renewal. Let go of the habits that hobble your stride. The climb is steep, but it leads to clear air and sweeping vistas. Temporary indulgence cannot rival lasting wholeness. Choose freedom. Choose fullness. The narrow road is hard, but it is stable. It holds, and I walk it with you. Peace is not passivity. It is knowing that every step matters and every step is seen. Return, with your whole heart. Remember when you once chased me with fire and softness mingled. That spark is not lost. It only needs breath. Time is tight. Delay invites ruin. I do not speak this to shame you. I speak this to pull you out. Together, we can reignite what dimmed. Embers still glow beneath the ash. Let me breathe on them. Even if mercy must come like lightning, let it come. Let the words awaken. Let them rebuild. Let them rescue. Grace fills the spaces your strength cannot span. Its force ignites where you feel frail. Reach. Grace is not just pardon, it's propulsion. It fuels the climb, expands lungs, powers weary legs. Grasp it like cool water in searing heat. Receive the refill immediately. I will respond. My warnings come not from wrath, but from foresight. Danger hides in unseen corners. My call for change is to shield you, not scold you. I pursue the lost through lowlands and heights until every wanderer is returned to firm ground. Every step toward home stirs celebration. Your return outweighs every sleepless watch I have kept. I pay any price for your freedom. Why settle in chains when release is in reach? Shackles often sparkle like jewelry, but they bruise and bind all the same. Liberation breathes, opening space, granting motion. Choose wholeness. Vitality greets you each morning with strength and seals each night with peace. Yes, harmful habits taste sweet momentarily, but their aftermath is bitter like stale medicine. They glimmer briefly, then pull you into shadows. Instead, nourish your soul with what endures. Savor substance over sweetness. Seek what strengthens, not just what seduces. No fracture escapes my sight. Hidden wounds cannot heal in the dark. Expose them, not for shame, but for cleansing. Confession is not condemnation. It is the opening of a window to let clean air rush in. Light mends what darkness masks. Bring it all forward. Redemption begins there. Comparison weighs like lead. Jealousy is a vest soaked in sorrow. Each step becomes heavier. Put them down and breathe freely. You were never built to match the world's crooked ruler. Pride and self-reliance whisper, "Cope alone," but without your source, you wither. Bend low, and I will lift you high. Clarity comes when the fog of pride lifts. Landmarks emerge, paths appear. Humility sweeps the trail clean. Direction becomes unmistakable. A heart bowed never goes unnoticed. Distraction steals hours with empty noise. Stillness restores what chaos depletes. I alone satisfy soul hunger. Not endless scrolling. Not constant consumption. Quiet waters mend what torrents tear. Return to what renews. Focused reflection, honest community, shared wisdom, real prayer. You don't need fancy speech, just sincerity. A trimmed wick brightens the flame. Small shifts can expand the light. Stay rooted in voices that build and bind. Connection makes the climb bearable. I've already laid out armor tailored for your battle. Truth, integrity, readiness, trust, rescue, my word. Put them on. Whether you feel the war or not, these tools fit your frame and will not fail. Yes, the enemy prowls, but he is already defeated when you walk with me. Greater force lives within you than anything that stands against you. I speak not to frighten, but to fortify. Roaring chaos cannot shake a soul anchored in my presence. Stillness lies beneath the storm. Rest there, fearless. Freedom flourishes in surrender. Triumph grows from obedience. Joy is not a fleeting thrill. It is the steady knowing that life has meaning. Freedom is not just absence of chains. It's the ability to use time, thought, and gifting for good. Flourishing comes from walking with my spirit, not perfection. When you stumble, I steady you. When you fall, I forgive. Daily closeness outweighs spotless performance. Perfection was never my demand. Relationship is. You must choose. Dual loyalty cannot stand. You cannot carry two kingdoms in one heart. Split allegiance drains strength. Choose clearly. Resolve will rise like dawn. Set both feet on one path. You cannot sip from two wells at once. Life or ruin, blessing or waste, stand before you now. The fork is yours to navigate. Pick the path that climbs, and the summit will reward you. I stand at your door, knocking. Open it. Let me clear the debris, flush the pollution, and make space sacred again. When you let me dwell inside, love will spill into every room you enter. Let abundance begin now. I've marked you to shine in shadows. But clutter must be cleared first. Drop the weight. Permit the pruning. The flame cannot burn bright where it is choked. Stay tethered to me, and you will flourish. Light does not shine by accident. It shines by design, by fuel, by tending. Remove the blockades and brightness will rise without straying. Disconnect and withering follows. Trust my timing. Trust my touch. Seasons shift, but I do not. Roots planted in me reach deep enough to hold through any storm. And with me, you will stand.